So we're going to try some crazy things today that I dreamt up. Not too crazy, don't worry. You don't have to be worried. But I was thinking about how in Peru, when I was there, they have a symbol for Earth as a spiral. And then I was looking into spirals and how a lot of times life is compared to a spiral because either you go in circles and you get more expansive, or sometimes you get less expansive, more constricted. And we all want to be more and more expansive. So as we spiral up, we get more expansive, more open to new things, new ideas. So we're just going to kind of play with that idea of circular but expansive. Okay. So please close your eyes. Turn inward for a few moments. Just notice your breath moving in and out. I think when we think of our lives as becoming more and more expansive, our attitude's better. Our happiness and joy expand along with it. Just bring hands to heart center. And hopefully we notice this grace that's always within us and all around us. Please lower your hands, open your eyes, and grab one block. Just bring it in front of you and just a little squeeze. And then just start to make a circle like you're stirring a pot with that block. And then start to make the circle a little bigger so that you add a little twist as you go side to side. Squeeze the block as much or as little as you want. Good. Now start small again and go the opposite direction. Stir the pot. And you can start to get bigger and bigger. I got these new blocks for my birthday, and they're heavy and nice. This kind of warms up your hips, your core, and everything. 2 more stirs. Get a big, heavy pot of stew to stir. Good. And then pause. You can set the block off to the side. And just bring your hands on your hips. And now just kind of rotate and start to get bigger and bigger here. You can lean back more, lean forward more as you get bigger and bigger. Warm up those hips, your core. Stretch things out. Good. And then start going the opposite direction. I like to start small just to really make sure you're staying grounded and get bigger and bigger. Get as much movement going as you want. Yeah. And then pause. Good. Go ahead and lay on your backs now and just hug your knees in. And then just grabbing the knees. Just make little circles here. Just kind of a little pressure down into the hip socket. I don't necessarily want you to move as much. Just make little circles, warming things up. You can go the opposite direction. If you're going one direction, I'm kind of mixing it up here. Don't know why, but I am. Good. And then just let go of your left foot, interlace behind your right thigh, and stretch that leg straight. See how your hamstring's doing. Maybe extend the left leg if that feels good. And then make a big circle with your big toe. You can think of it as a spiral if you want. Spirals have always been kind of a symbol, mystical symbol, if you will, but they're ancient in a lot of different cultures. Spirals are, you can find them. So it's kind of fun to think about. Good, and then switch. Warm up the hamstring, warm up the ankle, the foot. Big stretch. Good, and then hug your knees in again. And roll to the side and come on up all fours. And we usually do cow cat. I want you to think of this as hula hoops. So you're just going to rotate your waist in a big circle. And you can start small and get bigger if you want. Hula hoops. Were you good at hula hoop? Because I was never I was never any good at those stupid hula hoops. And switch directions. You can close your eyes. Feels go as spinning that hoop. You can go as fast or slow as you want. Good, and then pause. Now we're getting kind of warmed up. Extend the right leg straight back, bird dogs, point the toe. And now start to make a small circle here with your foot. And slowly, maybe make it bigger. Feel it in your glute, your hip. Keep your rib cage back, your low belly drawing up. Switch directions. You can do it. Your hip doesn't move as up and down, just your leg making that circle. Good. Bring that leg in and switch. Left leg out. Start to make little circles. I'm pointing my toe for this. I don't know, because otherwise I seem to hit the floor. But you can do whatever feels good to you. Good. Switch directions. Low belly draws up. I find if I go slower, I can make a better circle. One more time around and bring it in. Go ahead and sit back to a child's pose. Couple breaths. And making your way back up to all fours. Extend the right leg and the left arm. Now see if you can coordinate and make circles with both. You won't be able to get quite as wild. Keep that core really engaged. Long back of neck. Switch directions. That's all mess with your mind. Good, and come on in. Left leg, right arm. Start small. If you can find that connection. I find my arm and my leg don't work together very well. It's okay. Switch directions. Good, and then bring it on in. Extend your left arm and thread the needle. Thread it underneath the right. Down to your shoulder if you can. Breathe. Sternum draws back. Good, and come on up. And switch. Right arm extends. And thread the needle. Please unwind. And reach up and grab your blocks. Bring them under your hands. And your hands are slightly in front of your shoulders. Step your left foot to the outside of the block. Just take, just feel that for a moment. And then keeping everything light, nice and strong and stable. Bring your left hand to your thigh or knee. And just engage a little twist. Good. Unwind, lift the back knee. Feel that. Nice and long. You can lift and lower the heel a few times. Sure your alignment's good. So your right heel, right knee, right sits bone are in a line. Your left heel is maybe to the side. Your knee's in the same plane as the heel, but your sits bone is kind of more centered. Gonna bring your hand to your thigh again. Engage a little twist here. Feel it in your hip flexor. And one more breath. And touch down, lower the back knee. And come on down to your elbows on the blocks if you want, or you can even go all the way to the floor if that works for your body and your good alignment. And then come on back up. And we'll switch because we're all out of balance now. So right foot step. Take a moment to feel heel to knee to heel. Nice long spine. Engage a little twist. So right hand to the thigh, just twisting. And unwind. Lift the back knee. Deep lunge. Lift and lower the heel. Stretching everything out. Engage the twist again with the knee lifted. You'll feel it in hip flexor a lot. Keep the length. Right hip crease stays back. Good. And unwind. Lower the back knee. Come down to a little lower. If it works, you can stay up if that's deep enough for you. Breathe into it, checking everything's aligned. Full breaths. And coming back up. Swing that leg around. Make sure your blocks are wide enough. Come up to a downward facing dog. And just walk your feet to the middle of the mat. And walk your hands back to come to a forward fold. Uttanasana. Just take a moment and try this. Stir the pot. Bring your hands to your elbows and stir the pot a little bit. Switch directions. Good. And then pause. Grab one block and bring it right in front of you. Actually, you can do two if you have big feet like I do and just stack them in a line and then come on up to standing. I like to do that because it gives you a little more stability. Step your right foot on the blocks or blocks. Lift the left heel and then the foot. And then start to make a little circle with that foot. You can use your arms out to the side for balance. Think of a spiral here. Harder as it gets bigger. Yeah, good. And then start small, switch directions. And slowly getting bigger. Try and keep your core stable. Good. And step off. Switch sides. Kind of fun to play. You can go as big as you want. It's your choice. One side's always easier for me because of all my fun things on one side. Good, switch directions. And good, step off. Woohoo. And set your blocks off to the front of your mat for a moment. And come on up to standing up there. Stretch your arms up really tall. And then forward fold again. Uttanasana. And please step back to a plank pose. Step your feet back. Make sure you have width between your hands and your feet. You're just going to shift your weight to your right side and then move forward a little bit, shift the weight to the left side, and then push back to a down dog and shift to the right side, forward to plank. It's like you're making a big circle here through plank and down dog. Oh. Good. One more time around. And then pause in down dog. And now shift the direction. So shift to the left side, come forward to plank. You can go as fast or as slow as you want, just moving through all the joints. One more time. And then come into a downward facing dog. And just pause and walk it out. Notice just through all parts of your hands. In good alignment. And then come forward to regular plank. You can lower your knees if you need to, or lower down to the mat. Thank goodness, right? Stretch your feet long. And lift up to a cobra using your best skills here. Stretching things out. Stay for a few breaths. And lower down on your next exhale. And push all the way back to a child's pose. I'm going to keep my arms lengthen out long, but maybe lower my elbows. Bring the palms of the hands together and bring the prayer hands up behind your head. Stretch out the backs of your arms, triceps. And then unwind, make your way back to a downward facing dog. And step your feet up to your hands, forward fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up, stretch up long, and bring hands to heart center. Good, and relax for a moment. We're gonna try some sun salutes, but we're gonna go in circles. So you're gonna have to listen carefully and think a lot to stay with me here. But I promise it'll be kind of fun. And you can choose to use blocks or not. If you're using blocks, you have to walk them with your hands back to, I'm gonna try it without this morning. So inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And fold. And step your right foot back to a deep lunge. On your next exhale, lower the back knee. Inhale, stretch it up, Anjaneyasana. Deeper breath. One more. And touch down. Good. Lift the back knee. Walk your hands to the right and ground your right foot down. Turn your left foot forward when you get to the middle. So you're in a wide-legged forward fold. Prasarita Uttanasana. And if you like, you can do a little rotation here. If you're able to grab your elbows and just kind of move in a little circle, you can. You don't have to. You can keep your hands grounded. And then switch directions. Keep the weight right in the middle of your feet. Good, and then pause. Walk your hands to the right, turn your right foot out, turn the left heel up. You're in deep lunge facing the back. Good. Let's pause there for a moment. Feel the stretch, feel the good alignment, and then lower the back knee. Stretch up Anjane Asana. One more breath. And touch down. Lift the back knee. This time you have to step forward to a forward fold at the back of your mat. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Good, let's keep going. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, fold forward. Pranam. And fold. Good, now right foot steps back, deep lunge. Lower the back knee. Slide the hips back, straighten the left leg. Runner's lunge. Yeah. More breath. Bend into the front knee. Lift the back knee, ground the back foot down, walk your hands to the right again, turn the left foot forward. Prasarita Padottanasana. Check to make sure the weight's right in the middle of your feet. Maybe you can reach out and grab your shins, your ankles. Enjoy a few moments here. Unwind. Walk your hands to the right towards your right foot. Turn the left heel up. Deep lunge. Good. Lower the back knee. Straighten the right leg. Stretch into runner's lunge. Keep your good alignment. And last breath on the exhale, bend into your front knee, lift your back knee, and step forward, forward fold. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Hands to heart center. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And fold. Let's go the opposite direction. So step the left foot back to deep lunge. Ground the back foot down. bring your left hand to your hip, and you can either keep your right hand where it is or bring the elbow to the knee for Parsvakonasana. Maybe extend your arm. Start to make kind of a spiral with your arm. Good, switch directions. Keep the armpit hollow. Spine nice and long. Good, now bring both hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk your hands to the left, turn the right foot in. Prasarita again. This time come up to a pranam. Make sure the weight's in the middle of your feet. Bring your left hand to your hip, little twist to the left. Unwind, bring the right hand to the hip, little twist to the right. Unwind. Walk your hands towards your left foot as you turn the left foot out. Bring the left hand to the outside. Right foot still grounded down, right hand to the hip, and either hand on the floor or elbow to the knee. Open up Parsvakonasana. So left elbow on the knee. There you go. Stretch the right arm up. Circles here. If you'd like, you don't have to. You can make them as big as you want. Spiraling open and then start small. Go the opposite way. Good. And touch down. Turn the back heel up. And step forward. Forward fold at the back of your mat. Bend your knees, bring your hands to your knees. Come up to a chair pose. Hands to heart center. Good. On your next inhale, stretch all the way up. Stretch your arms up. And exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Step your left foot back to deep lunge. Ground that foot down. And this time, come up, warrior two position. Bring your hands together in front of your heart and just stir the pot. Start small and start getting bigger. Keep your legs and your pelvis steady. Just kind of move everything else around. It kind of feels like reverse warrior when you're big. Good, now switch directions. Stay strong through both feet. Good, now pause, extend your arms. Straighten your front leg. Turn the right foot in line with your left foot. Stretch your arms up. Good, really tall. And then fold forward, Prasarita Tadasana. Broad. Who knew this could be a resting pose? Good now. Slowly walk your hands to the left towards your left foot as you turn that out, keeping the right foot grounded, and windmill up. Warrior two the other direction. Keep weight in both feet. And then hands to heart center. And just start to stir the pot a little bit. You don't have to make big movements. It's totally up to you how you want it to go. Good, and then start small and go the opposite way. It's always good to stir the pot both ways. Good, and then pause, extend the arms. Good, windmill down. Turn the back heel up. This time step back to a downward facing dog for a little vinyasa. So inhale to plank. Exhale to the mat. Inhale, cobra or up dog if you're into that this morning. Lower down. And downward facing dog. Walk your feet to a forward fold. Turn your toes out if you need to. Come down to a deep squat. Just for fun, sit your bum back and come on down to the mat. Just lower down to the mat. Hands by your hips. Feet right under knees. Feeling stable here. Keep your heart lifted and lift to Satu Bandha for bridge pose. And then just start to make a circle with your hips or a spiral. You can go as big or as small as you want. It feels kind of weird, then switch directions. Good. Pause. And then lower down. Hug your knees in, grab your shins, and then kick all the way up. I have to go a couple times to standing. Try it. Oh, you get a little vertigo. Ooh, okay. Oh, have you been having that or just? We got vertigo going on. Circular stuff may not be good for vertigo. We got one more little rotation to do. So inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And fold. Step your right foot back to deep lunge. Ground the back foot down. Come up, warrior two again. Just be mindful. Straighten your front leg when you're ready. Thinking long spine and fold into triangle pose wherever it feels good for you. And maybe rotate the right arm if you'd like. If it doesn't feel good, you don't have to do that. Switch directions. Good. Pause. Come on back up, pretend like I'm pulling on your wrist. Turn the left foot forward. Stretch the arms up. And bring them back out to T. Turn the right foot out. Move to triangle pose. Only if you feel stable and you want to make circles with your left arm. Switch directions. Good. Come back up. Bend into your front knee, warrior two. Windmill down, turn the back heel up. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower. Downward facing dog. Step your feet to your hands. On inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And fold. Step your right foot back to deep lunge. Come up right to crescent warrior. So left leg stays bent. Right heel high. Stretch your arms up. This is going to be really tricky. Just maybe rotate your torso a little bit to try and keep your balance. Switch directions. Keeping left hip crease back. Good. And then straighten the front leg. Stretch it up. And maybe fold forward. Back heel stays lifted. Really good. Good. Bend back into the front knee. Ground the back foot down. Walk your hands to the right. Turn the left foot forward. Last time. Prasarita. Ratanasana. Walking your hands back towards the right foot. Turn the left heel up. Love crescent warrior. And if you like that rotation thing, you can do it. Challenging. You have to keep the legs, pelvis steady. Which directions? Good. Pause. Straighten the front leg and fold forward. Pyramid pose. Bend into the front knee and step forward. Turn the toes out a little bit, come down to deep squat. And then somehow come down to your backside. All the way down. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees open wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring your arms to either T or cactus. And then just keeping your legs how they are, just bring your right knee across and stack it on top of your left knee. So you're in a twist now. Might have to adjust to get your hips underneath you a little bit more. I know I did. To feel good in the twist. We're gonna do something really weird. I know. I'm so weird. So now listen carefully. Straighten your left leg. And then bring your right arm across. So your hands are together. And then press down on your right fingertips and slide your chest so it's open on the mat. And come down. So your left leg faces the floor, your right leg's out to the side for mountain climber. You can turn your head to the right. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see me, but see if you can get your hips facing the floor more. You'll feel it in your hip. Yeah, there you go. Right knee up. Good. Now, straighten your right leg. Turn your head to the left. Bend your left leg. Mountain climber on this side. Feels kind of nice, right? Come up on left fingertips. Slide your right shoulder underneath. Shift your hip underneath you. Bend your right knee so you're in that twist and open up your left arm to the side. So you're in that laying down twist. I know this is a lot of rigmarole, but it's kind of fun, right? Pause there. Feel it. Like your feet a little closer to your bum. Lift the left knee up. You're going to have to shift your hips. Open your left knee. Come to Supta Baddha Konasana again. Just where we started. Now bring your hands on your belly. Slowly close your knees. Bring your hands by your hips. And extend your legs straight up towards the ceiling. I want you to keep a neutral spine. And I want you to think really strong core. And start to make circles with your feet. Spirals, if you will, getting bigger and bigger. This is going to be a core workout. You'll feel it. Getting bigger and bigger. If that feels okay for you. If you're feeling a lot of movement in your spine, don't go so big. Good. Now pause. Start the other direction. Slowly spiraling open. Rib cage stays back. Really strong in the core as you get bigger, bigger circles. Good. And then pause, hug your knees in. Allow the knees to roll side to side a little bit. Massage the low back. Grab the knees. Push them away from you. The feet dangle there for a moment. And then release the feet to the floor. Stretch the legs long, stretch the arms long over your head, both directions. And then come down into Shavasana. And really take the time to spiral down to a deep relaxation. You can follow the breath. Every exhale allows you to let go, release. Rotate your lower jaw in a circle. You can relax it and then release. Paying attention to the breath as it moves in and out. Even though you feel some expansion and contraction, the breath, allow it to lead to a deeper relaxation. The floor supports you completely. Your mind is noticing all your senses are feeling expensive, and that's good. If you feel it spiraling down into thoughts of what you need to do, less expansive. Just turn it back to your breath or your senses. Or your heartbeat. I open myself to the freedom of change. I bless the changes which come to me. Trusting in change, I relax my grip on the contours of my life. I allow new beginnings. I allow alteration, accommodation, change. I invite the interaction of imagination and possibility. I surrender agendas, outlines, plots, recognizing that life is both active and interactive. I hold out my hand to dance, knowing that I am partnered more variably and creatively than I can yet conceive. I bless the changeable creativity of life in its unfolding. That's from Julia Cameron. You just begin to notice your breath. You can start to move in small ways. Ready. Starting your transition back up to a seated position. Just bring your hands to heart center. thank you for trying all the spirals today. Being expansionist. I bow to that playful and beautiful creative light in each of you. Namaste.